So, I have finished my nuclear build for now. There's plenty of room for expansion, but I just thought I'd show it off. First things first, I built a roundabout. When I was setting up all the train logistics for others, I discovered that the way I was doing it before was just not going to work, so I ended up building a roundabout. So, yeah, cool. I'm going to put a lot more of these in because it's actually quite fun. So, let's start at the beginning. One train station. This used to be a lot bigger, but in the end, what I originally had planned just didn't work. So now it's just a single train station bringing in nitrogen. Yeah, nitrogen for something further down the line. Let's go a bit higher so I don't die of radiation poisoning. And this is where we start. So, using the new drones, bringing in all the uranium and all the resources I need from quite far away. It's quite a clever little system, if I do say so myself. So I'm building the batteries for the drones way at the main base, which is this one, which is bringing all the batteries in. Batteries go in here, keep everybody going and happy. This is bringing in quartz. Yeah, quartz. This one's bringing in sulfur, and then I got uranium. Two of these are working in a minute. That one's not set up for reasons. So uranium comes in, my lovely drones, and because I'm using the drones, I'm not using up the train line, so I'm not getting massive doses of radiation randomly every time I'm at base or whatever. So they'll just fly to where I need them, come back, happy days. So first things first, it's a funny little setup I've done here, which I've stolen from another YouTuber, because, you know, why not? So basically, if anything goes wrong with the system and I need to start from scratch, obviously it's a bit of a pain in the arse coming in here getting nuked constantly. So there is a button, where did I put it? There, that I need to get to. It's turned off at the minute, but as soon, that's annoying me, there we go, but as soon as I flick this switch, those there will turn on, those awesome things will turn on. Instead of the uranium entering the system, it will actually go straight into there instead, and it will just drain out everything. The same thing here, that's making the fissile stuff, wherever it is, that will go into there and get synced, so this gets clean of uranium, and same there. So eventually all the uranium will just disappear, and I can actually come around and fix whatever the problem is. Fortunately, since I spent so fucking long doing this, there hasn't been an issue. I've checked all the numbers over and over and over, and yeah, nothing's gone wrong yet. Take my inhaler. So yeah, that's the first thing. Each line comes in, has its own thing. At the minute I'm only using one line, which is this one, because I originally set it up for this line, which is only 300 uranium a minute, something like that. This is 600, but reasons further down the line I ended up having to use that one instead. So I could technically, since this is all made for a 300 line, I could technically go up 1.5 times more, something like that. And then obviously when I got another line coming in at 600, I can basically just double everything and then run what I need to just off the 300 line later on. So yep, uranium comes in here, gets split off and does its own little thing later on. And this is just making encased uranium cells and some sulfuric acid, which comes round and feeds back into itself, because excess stuff is annoying. All the resources as well for this, apart from quartz and sulfur, oh no, just the quartz actually, are coming from within this biome. So I actually went round and, as you can see, put a mine on every single node I could find, which I'm not actually using, so I'm not even using all the resources in this area yet, so meh, do something with it. That's not even the most efficient layout for the concrete, so whatever. So yeah, anyway, uranium comes in, gets turned to this, some of it goes off over there, then it comes into here, the big manufacturers, and this is where it makes a uranium fuel rod. But to make the uranium fuel rod, I needed to build all this lovely crap, which is where gonna die. Which is where the quartz and the sulfur and the whatnot. Oh yeah, and my big pressure cubes, which I had to make a base as well. I'll show that later. So yeah, the manufacturing actually starts over here. Funny enough. Yes, got copper coming in, making sheets. Everything is quite compact, quite efficient. Yep, 100% efficient. Lovely. All wibbly wobbly. I just thought that looked quite cool, having the posts up there and the belts wibble around, but whatever. AI limiters come into here to make the electromagnetic fuel rods, which go into that, you know, the thingies. Stators for everything. Everything is literally built one-to-one to build exactly what's needed, including the caterium and everything else here. I've got steel production, just miniature versions of everything I've got at the main base. But instead of trying to ship everything in, I just decided to make it all on site. Which includes even the crystal oscillators, which is one of the hardest things in the games to make, really, because it's just so annoying. But you know what, just make it here anyway. This is just making some sulfuric acid, which feeds into over there, which loops back around on itself, so it's quite balanced. Nice little load balancer here, because I needed some crystal oscillators to go in there, but I needed crystal oscillators in here for this stupid thing. Right, so this, the beacons, they are actually getting removed in the next update of the game, because they have no use anymore. What they're going to do in version 6 just completely makes them irrelevant. So that is terrifying, because that would mean this stops working because of the beacons. Now they have said that the next update, while they are getting rid of beacons and you won't be able to use them anymore, blah 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 blah, they will not be changing this recipe, what I'm using in here. So this will stay the same, so this will still use beacons, but eventually this will be removed and changed, and then I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to pull the big switch over there and start again, probably. Yay! So, yeah. So all this, everything here, from there, that everything the light touches, not that, there, all along there, all along here, all that, is basically the manufacturing process for these machines. That's it. All that just for these. So, yeah, that was annoying. But anyway, come in it and then make some uranium fuel rods. 0.6 a minute. 0.6. I think I'm making something like 5 a minute? Hang on a sec. 0.6, 0.6. 1, 2, 3. No, I think I'm doing 4 a minute or something like that, I think it is. Which is not a lot, but more than enough for what I'm using. Which comes in, yeah, and makes power. I'm actually making more power than I need maximum, finally. The only problem is, I didn't at all load balance the actual machines, so they're just coming in. This is going to fill up and then it's going to go down, which has started so far. But currently, I think the back 6 machines aren't running yet. So I've still got some more power to come. Look at all my lovely nuclear waste, which I'll show you in a second. I've done something good. Yeah, this one's running. Barely. No, this one's not running, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, about 8's not running yet. It will eventually, once it loads in and blah 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 blah. We'll get there, it'll be a few hours more. But we'll get there. But the point is, this is how much power I'm going to use if everything was turned on. This is how much power I'm making. That's how much power I'm using at the minute. So yes, as long as that grey line is above that blue line, I am happy. Good. So anyway, nuclear waste before, had to store it away in the middle of nowhere. Bad. This, much better. So, nuclear waste comes in. That uranium from before, there it is, comes in here. Now to make sure the system doesn't get backed up at any point, there's a splitter here. And it's just getting completely synced. So, oh god, don't fall down, don't die. Nice blender. This is just so I can make some nitric acid from one little thing, because it's the only thing that uses nitric acid apparently, which is fucking annoying. So nuclear waste and some uranium come in here, along with some sulfuric acid and nitric acid to make non-fissile uranium. Right, uranium is new, but that's for making the plutonium fuel rods, which you can put back in the nuclear power plants for a big power boost. But then you get more nuclear waste from that, and that stuff can't be recycled. So what happens here? Nuclear waste comes in, nuclear waste goes in there, goes in here, gets turned into something instead of something else. Go into the big loopy loops, which use a hell of a lot of power. Jesus, that is a lot of power. See, go spin, my pretty spin. Yes, you can fly through it. Whee! So anyway, they come in, and then it goes into here. And this is where you get the plutonium. Oh yeah, by the way, that makes plutonium pellets, those two things. And then the plutonium pellets come in here, and it makes the encased plutonium cells. Now these are the ones, and I'm making a hell of a lot of these to be fair. So these come out. I did a nice little 2-story, you can see a lot of radiation here. Nice little 2-story build here, I thought it came out quite nice. Got a laddering for when there's no power. Nice little walkways. You know, getting radiated to high heaven. But yeah, see, goes down and through the actual cages. I thought it looked quite nice. Haven't done any detail on this, it's literally just a giant flat platform and does all this stuff. So anyway, big old pressure cubes, which is like the top tier item in the game at the minute. I'm just casually making all of them, and they're all coming here. Look how pretty they are. Anyway, they come in here, and they make the plutonium fuel rod. So 0.5, 1, 2. So I'm making 3 of these bad boys a minute, which is enough to probably power another dozen or so. Yeah, so dozen or so nuclear power plants. But instead, I'm just putting it straight in the awesome sink for a shit ton of points. And the reason for that is that this system allows me to recycle nuclear waste. So right now, because of this, there is no nuclear waste being left over. I can literally full on not have to worry about nuclear waste ever again like I was in my old game when it was piling up and up and up and scaring me. So this is all going straight in there, no leftover, nothing sitting around, all good. At the minute it's not running at 100%, as you might have seen, because if you look at this one, we're missing stuff. But that's because those last machines aren't running yet. Once they're running and there's loads more nuclear waste coming in, this will all balance out and all be good, I hope. If not, I overclock everything and just use and not have enough nuclear waste, if that makes sense. I'd rather it not run efficiently and use up all the nuclear waste. Okay, cool. Right, time for the ugly stuff. Underneath. Because you can't see it, I've literally just thrown belts everywhere. I mean, that's horrible. Also, that's a lot of nuclear waste there. Just, yeah, you know. With the update as well from previously, you can actually go through the floor now, which makes life really nice. You can do cool things like that. But under here, oh god, look at that. I need to fix that. Everything is just sort of, a bit of a mess. I'll get around to cleaning it later. This was originally a train station I first set up to test things and quickly deleted because it was in the way. All this is the water supply in the nuclear power plants. Each one of these supplies 2 nuclear power plants. And because the train line was in the way, I had to do this, which I thought looks kind of cool. I'm really proud of my pipe working around here. Look at that. That's quite sexy. There's a reason why it actually splits off there, which I'll explain in a second. So, the pipework. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is very satisfying. It goes underneath and it heads all the way along the train track up there where the water is coming from. So, mentioned at the beginning that this train station was a lot bigger. It went to here, and the reason for that is because originally I could not be bothered to pipe all these from just over there, which you can see, there they are, from there to here, which I have, as you can see, I have done. So what I did originally was have a train bring all the water in, thinking, it'll be fine, it's going from there to there. A train can do that. A train could not do that. So I put another train in, so there's two trains bringing the water, and the pipes would come down underneath here, which is why they're all slightly different, because this is where basically each station was. But two trains couldn't do it, believe it or not, and they just could not bring enough water in. So in the end I had to delete it all and just manually pipe it anyway. Which, to be fair, I think looks a lot nicer and saves on a bit of power, because trains use a lot of power up and take up space. I've left it open a little bit so you can see. Now, the reason for the odd platform in the middle now and then is because of the actual supports had to be attached to something, and you know, I might replace that with like maybe glass or something and put glass all down the middle just to fill it in so it looks like you can see stuff. But yeah, now this bit here was extremely tricky, because currently a pipeline support will go on a flat one, it will not go on an angled one. Oh, apart from on the side apparently, I did not know that. That's interesting. But yeah, doesn't help me because I was going underneath. So, but as you can see, I have managed to do it all the way up. Oh, cause look. So how did I manage to get a support underneath here? It doesn't exist. Well, that's easy. I deleted that, well, I deleted that one, put a flat platform in, deleted that one, put a flat platform in, and then put them in, then put the ramps back in afterwards. Because technically those are not attached to that. They're just hovering in space as far as the game's concerned. These do absolutely nothing. They're just there for aesthetics. I can literally just delete them. See? Hovering in space. But because I don't like that, I just put some ramps in anyway. Right on the edge. Okay. Again, probably replace that with glass or something, or see if I can figure out something better. Because of the very quick turnaround I had to do between changing the water supply from a train station, which is still there by the way, to this is an absolute mess and it gives me anxiety. It is just all over the place. I don't know what's what. It's all clipping into itself. I just need to throw down some platforms and just tidy it up at some point. Look, it's not straight. It's at a slight angle. It should be to here. But, and that is just awful. God, and over here. So yeah, I need to tidy this up immensely, but it's quite difficult because I can't really delete it because the power plant starts working and then power goes down and then nuclear waste and blah 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 blah. So I have to be quite quick about it. But you can actually see originally all the pipes went around here, down here, they came around the back here, there they are, and I had such a lovely layout, so pretty. See, used to come all the way down here, all in here, train's still there. It would come in, I had containers to back up the water, so it was always flowing. I mean, look at that, look how nice that all is. It just didn't bloody work. Luckily this only took me like maybe half an hour to build this section, but all for naught because the bloody train was not good enough. But yeah, that is my nuclear power plant. As I said before, it's only running on a minimum amount at the minute, so I can actually easily double everything. Stop tooting at me. Bad train. So that means doubling all this, doubling all that, and yeah, not gonna do that right now. I'm just happy that I have some power. Yep, power good, quite stable, a little weak lip wibble, but that's more than likely due to the oil plant, the fuel plant, which is actually just around the corner. If you look at the map, the fuel plant's over here, main base is up here, the pyramid is here, and we're down here. That train is bringing in the nitrogen, which is over here somewhere. Stop tooting. Bad train. There. Behave. So yeah, I'll eventually clear this up, delete it, oh blah 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 blah. But yeah, hope you liked my little nuclear power plant. Nothing exciting, no real details, it just needs a lot of tidying up and cleaning. But yeah, a few little tricks I've learned. Came out quite nice. And it's a nice little thing to see on the way in. But yeah, that'll do it for now. Bye bye.